Hi, Leo. Welcome to your current love messages for 2024. This is going to be for Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Some of you are intuitively guided. Some of you are checking up on Leo. I don't blame you. I have a lot of Leo love in my life. But anyway, so these are going to be current love messages. This is a new series I started. And I would really love your feedback, what you think. So we're going to ask very specific questions. We're going to look at the overall energy first and foremost of, if this is about relationships coming back together or new love, whatever it may be. So we're going to ask about their current feelings for you. Now, again, that can be someone that you already know, but this can also be because I feel like these readings are about soulmates and twin flames. So I feel like you already know each other, whether you met in this lifetime or not. Um, so their current feelings for you, their current view of you, and then what actions are they currently taking or thinking of taking, your current feelings towards them, and the overall energy that is supporting this connection. And I feel that means like from above, that type of connection. We're going to use three different decks. Of course, we're going to use Mother Mary for our words of wisdom, but I'm going to take, normally we begin that way, but I'm going to take Mother Mary over the spread this time. We're going to use the Cozy Witch to ask the questions. So we'll take card by card, and then we'll go back afterwards and clarify with the Universal Tarot, a deck I really love for you. So this is what we'll do. Let's go ahead and begin. Current love messages for Leo 2024. And by the way, when I do readings like this, I'm not looking like, what's going to happen in September. I want to know what's going to happen soon. That's what I asked my guides. Soon. Of course, I invited my guides, and I have some very special guides into your reading. So let's go ahead and get started. So first thing we're going to do is just overall energy. Toxic witches. I don't know if I told you, this is a new deck I bought, that I really did not see the words written on it, but there are words written on it, so why shouldn't we read them, right? Um, but yeah, so it's called the Cozy Witch. Be cautious of those who take more than they give. Be cautious of those who take more than they give. Okay. So, right off the bat, that makes me feel like for some of you, you may have been in a relationship where, listen, you were either the taker or the giver. Chances are you were the giver. Something wasn't even. You know what I mean? Like something was unbalanced, and you know, I don't feel like you can live that way, especially as it relates to love. Okay, now let's start asking the big questions. So, their current feelings for you. Wow. Hello, Ace of Pentacles. I love the Ace of Pentacles because it means something's coming into your physical world. It begins as a seed, but then if we nurture this seed, there's no, what do I want to say? Like it's unlimited potential. So it may start as a seed, but if we together nurture this seed, who knows? I love, let's see what it says. I love that that's your first card, by the way. Wow. What an abundant opportunity. Wow. What an abundant opportunity. Okay. So I feel like they're thinking of coming in right off the bat. All right. So their current view of you. And again, we'll go back and clarify each one. The Two of Wands. That makes sense. Um, you know, it definitely makes sense. Let's see what it says. Your decisions decide your future here. Nothing else. Your decisions decide your future here, nothing else. I'm going to bring this a little down. It's interesting because I feel like that's what they're thinking. Like, here I am with this ace, right? Like I'm about to present this ace. Will it be accepted? And I feel like, I don't feel like I'm just doing any old love reading. So I want you to know that, like, if like this is something you should feel within yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you should feel the energy if you want to know, you're like, is this for me? And then ask your guides, because again, I invited my guides in, so I know my guides invited your guides in. But anyways, let's see what it says. Your decisions decide your future here, nothing else. I already read that. So I kind of like that it's a two because to me, I feel like, if this is speaking of like, let's say old love, then there's no need to take it fast. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like where sometimes we trip up is we want to know, like, what's going to be the final destination. We want to know it right off the bat. But this card explains it. Your decisions decide your future right now, nothing else. It also says the ball's in your court. So here comes this ace. What are you going to do with it? Now, Two of Wands to me means that you're about, if you accept this ace, about to walk down quite the passionate journey, quite the passionate path. It is a new beginning, right? It's a two. It's like you're at that crossroads. But within the Two of Wands, there's no fear. Like, I don't fear this crossroad. I'm actually excited for it. It kind of feels adventuresome, which is exactly the type of energy I feel like when you feel the most alive. So I like that. I'm gonna accept that. All right, what actions are they currently taking or thinking of taking? Interesting. I just want to say real quick. I feel like she's burning some sage, and she's got a crystal ball right there. So it's almost like she can feel the future. Some of you, you may be psychic. I know you're intuitive. We're all intuitive. Um, and she's kind of glancing into that ball. Huh. Okay. What actions are they currently thinking of taking or taking? We have the moon. The moon, card of Pisces, ruler of Cancer. Taking time for deep self reflection is essential. The moon. The moon can be a little bit of uncertainty, but it can also be very dreamy energy. Interesting because I almost feel like you can feel them. This feels like the type of energy where I can feel this could be new because I feel like I can feel that something is coming my way. I feel there's an opportunity. It's almost like I'm seeing it through my crystal ball. I feel like the sage is representing the clearing of the energy, the negativity. And I feel like it's saying that they have been in deep reflection, but they had to be, right? Because if this is something that is going to stand the test of time, then I feel like, we need to do our own reflection. So I feel like, they're thinking, they're in that state of deep reflection. Now, I feel like with the Ace of Pentacles, it almost feels like they've already been there. They've already reflected upon this, and now you're picking up on that energy. And I feel like psychically or intuitively, spiritually, what are your current feelings towards them? We have the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles can be a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, but it doesn't have to because we're looking at the energy. There's no need to sacrifice. You can have it all. Look at that. There's no need to sacrifice. You can have it all. What's the door say? The witch is in. It's like, it's interesting because I feel like you're ready. Like you want this adventure. And I am getting like a mix of like old like people, for some of you that I've been with, but I am also feeling that this is potentially new. Like a new like a soulmate. And listen, I feel like soulmates, the seeds have already been planted. And then where can this go? Well, step by step by step. But it is dreamy. It is very dreamy. Listen, maybe some of you are dreaming of this connection. And I mean that in a way like you're having these dreams. Don't be surprised if that's like these dreams where your guides are trying to reach you. If our guides can't reach us when we're awake, then they're going to try to reach us through our dreams. Interesting. It's interesting also how when I do what, through this series, what I've been finding is the, a lot of the people that I'm reading for feels like, because I always feel like you're in the room with me. Um, I feel you grounded. Now, that doesn't mean that your life is completely in order and all that, but I do feel like you're ready for this. Like it feels like an adventure. And I feel like I want this adventure. The Queen of Pentacles, her specialty is really reading between the lines, right? She's someone who can pick up those details that other people just tend to miss. I often feel like Queen of Pentacles would be like a great attorney, reading contracts where like a clause can't get by me. I'll pick it up. But in a spiritual sense, I feel the same thing, like I can feel it before it actually arrives. Again, whether I already know this person or if this is someone new, it is a soulmate. That's clear. That's the only reason I'm doing this reading. I'm not looking for karmic. I'm not looking for free will. I'm looking for the type of energy that can potentially last the rest of your life. So I feel like this seed arrives really right when it's meant to. Even though our human self may not get it, understand that, but our spiritual self does. So, yeah, give me the adventure. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. All right. So let's look at the overall energy supporting this connection. We have, the Eight of Swords. Interesting. Self-created prison. What does this say here? Stop overthinking and just do it. Stop overthinking and just do it. I don't feel like that's you, though. I feel like that's them because this Eight of Swords is mirroring this Ace of Pentacles. Well, this is movement, this is non movement. So I feel like this is something they had to overcome. The Eight of Swords, again, self created prison. The only person who can uncreate that prison is the one who created it. And I feel like it ties nicely back to the moon, right? Because this person is in deep reflection. Now I just got to find the guts. Bring this down a little bit more. Actually, let me slide all this over so you can see a little clearer. So, and by the way, an eight, I feel like all the readings are getting eights. And to me, that signifies that yes, this is for 2024. This isn't for 2026 or 2029. This is for now, right? And we're starting at the two. And I love that the ace opens up this reading. All right, let's go ahead and clarify. And again, we're going to use the Universal Tarot. And we'll bring down each card one by one and do a little bit more clarifying. And then we will take Mother Mary over this relationship, these lovers, this love. Okay, it definitely feels like that's supposed to be first. All right, so let's put this aside. Now, just readjusting myself. All right, so their feelings, their current feelings for you. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. Goes right back to the overall energy. Be cautious of those who take more than they give. So now we have the Six of Pentacles, which is really the same meaning. However, the Six of Pentacles really talks about someone who, usually because of their own struggles, becomes very compassionate and empathetic towards their fellow man. Um, could be towards you, right? And this could be you feeling compassionate towards them. Again, this ace makes me definitely feel like it's meant to be. It doesn't have to be, but it definitely feels like it's meant to be. I feel like, yeah, I do feel like you may need a little bit of compassion. You may feel that this person is, normally I would say if someone's not in the same vibration as you, then normally who's over on that lower vibration is naturally going to fall away. But I do feel like someone's trying, like, I feel like someone has tried very hard to bring themselves to a certain vibration. Um, and I feel like it is through their deep reflection. It is them understanding that, these walls that I created. Listen, this probably, it kind of feels like someone who fears love, but I don't want to fear it. So they're basing it off past experiences. Now, I don't feel like it's with you. Two coffee cups. Interesting, because one of my readings, in this series, I felt like the two coffee cups. And then I think it was a twin flame reading where I actually titled it, um, like having a cup of coffee, and so it begins. So someone asks you out for a cup of coffee, you accept it, and so it begins. Those coffee cups are like jumping out to me. Interesting. So anyway, I feel like they've been in a state of reflection, and why? Because I don't feel like this person would be coming towards you, like, I just want to date. I feel like, no, this is someone who I feel wants, like forever. I feel like they know within themselves, and listen, maybe both separately needed to figure out this energy, right? Like, you know, I tended to put the brunt of relationships on my shoulders. Through my compassionate heart, I tend to give and didn't receive an equal value. Now, we don't give just so we can receive, but that's just, I feel like it's one of the spiritual laws. And then here is the pentacle, by the way. So this is really their feelings for you. So I feel like they feel, or they will feel, um, that you're a very compassionate soul. Yeah, not all the time, right? Because none of us are perfect. Because I know some of you, I can feel it. Some of you are out there like compassionate. You don't know my person. Well, maybe then this person's not in here because here I do feel it. And sometimes we don't know what someone's been doing, you know, on their own because this person feels like they've been in reflection, but they feel like they've been on their, like doing it on their own. You, on the other hand, I feel like, give me like, it's almost like you're asking God, give me an adventure, give me something passionate. God's like, okay, how's the Ace of Pentacles? And I would say, I accept. Okay, let's bring down their current view of you. So we have the Two of Wands. Your decision decides your future here, nothing else. She's looking. She's clearing. She's clearing that old energy. Hello, Six of Cups. Their current view of you. Love. For some of you, you must have known this person because this speaks about treasured memories. Again, doesn't mean everything went right. That's just life. But it doesn't mean things can't change. This could certainly talk about someone from back in the day. But again, this is how they view you. So it's in a very loving way. It's almost like you're seeing it through your crystal ball. Like I can see it. I feel like you have nothing to fear here. If anyone's in fear, I feel like it's them. Why would they be in fear though? Because they are mirroring the Ace of Pentacles. This Eight of Swords is mirroring the Ace of Pentacles. So that means that there's something within, well, probably their previous experiences. Like they had to learn how to clear. You did. That's exactly what you're doing here. You're burning that sage, you're clearing the negative energy, you're looking at your crystal ball, so to speak, and you're being very clear with your intentions. You know, the power of intention is truly amazing. So, anyway, if I know this person, then this is someone who, when they think about me, they think very loving things. Doesn't mean things were perfect again, but, you know, and listen, it may have been a long time in between. I feel like you know it. You know it. It's like they're handing you flowers. You may find that someone sends you flowers or something like that, like a gift, or like some type of symbol that comes your way that is of, like in the nature of love. Okay? I accept. All right. So, what actions are they currently taking or thinking of taking? So, right now they're sitting on the roof reflecting. And it's interesting because really both of you are reflecting, or I shouldn't say reflecting, but thinking about your lives. And I feel like you're thinking about your life in a very positive way. I feel like you have cleared the negative energy, and I feel very proud of you for that. I feel like now they have to clear their own emotional energy, but again, it's being mirrored by the Ace of Pentacles, so I feel like they must. But let's look. All right, look at that. Seven of Wands. Interesting. Seven of Wands, standing one's ground. Hmm. Next to the moon. I feel like they're ready to fight for you. I feel like if this is someone I already know and they come in and I have questions, I feel like they're willing and ready to answer those questions. And I do feel truthfully. Now you have to know that through your own intuition, but I do feel that. If I've known this person in the past, this could talk about also that this person could have been a little aggressive. And I don't mean that in a way of anything that I would, like I would never tell you to take someone back who um, is all about themselves, but there could have been a period of time where their ego was kind of big, or both our egos could have been big. But I feel like really what it's saying is they're willing to fight for you. They're willing to defend you. Like this reminds me of someone who would like if let's say it does come together and let's say we're out and somebody says something that hurts my feelings, I feel like they would jump right in and defend you. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Well, I like that. And I'm going to accept that. All right. So, what's your current view of them? We're looking at the Queen of Pentacles. Well, hello, King of Pentacles. Look at that. The Queen and the King. Now, I know you're Leo. I know that. But if you follow my channel at all, you know that I very seldom don't pay attention to the signs. I'm looking for the energy. This king, I mean, they're looking right at each other. I mean, yeah, there is a door. And maybe that's what it's saying. Like this Eight of Swords is the door that stands between the two. But look at this king. He's holding this ace. Here it is. I just feel like whatever the door is, so I already know what that door is. I know it's the Eight of Swords. I feel like once this is uncreated, that door opens, and then they're seeing each other eye to eye. Eye to eye. There's no need to sacrifice. You can have it all. I feel like this is also talking about very grounded energy. And I know that's important to you, right? Like, I don't want anybody comes in that's wishy-washy. Like, coming grounded. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean I still want adventure. And Leo, you live for adventure. So this person must know that, but this person may ground you at the same time. Of course, you may ground them, but I feel like they can ground you too. But in a very positive way. Look at that. Eye to eye. Just got to get rid of this door. He's holding the ace. Here it is. I love it. Okay, I accept that. And last but not least, well, we're still got to do Mother Mary. And we'll go back and clarify the first one too. So the overall energy supporting this connection. We have the Eight of Swords. Again, I want to remind you, these coffee cups are just like standing out. So it could certainly talk about potentially having conversation over a cup of coffee. Maybe it comes through, you know, and I also feel that interesting enough, like here I am sitting at my laptop and I want to write this email or I want to write this text. I want to, I want to connect. But I'm afraid. I'm afraid. So I have to reflect on what is making me afraid. Now I do feel like it's more them. But anyways, let's go ahead and see. The King of Wands. There you are. Male or female. And interesting how this king is about to get out of his seat. He's about to take action. He's looking right at that Eight of Swords. So he knows that that Eight of Swords has to go if this relationship has a chance. I feel like it has more than a chance, but not with the Eight of Swords here. That will block it. And you know what? There's not a lot I can do about that if it's their energy. It's something they have to do, right? Self created. So whoever created it is the one who has to uncreate it. This king is moving into action. So I feel like that's exactly what's happening. For some of you, it can be your wall, right? But if it is your wall, again, I feel like you figured it out. You're letting it be. You're letting it go. You're starting back at the two. Let's just take one more after that king. Look at that, the Knight of Swords. So I feel like here this person is sitting at their laptop, kind of like in agony. Like, why can't I just write the words that I want to write? I want to write them, but I'm fearful. They feel anxious, but at the same time, I feel like they know what they want. They just got to overcome that fear. There's nothing else we can do about it. But then look at this with the Knight of Swords. That's exactly what they do. They find a way to overcome it. They write that email. They communicate in some way. So good for them. Good for them that they were able to overcome that. And good for you sitting here saying, hey, I'm ready for an adventure. And I feel like in the Two of Wands, we need to remember that. And I've said this a few times, it's not about the ultimate destination, like where are we going to end up at? It's about the journey. And this feels quite wonderful, especially for you, like adventurous, passionate. And I don't feel like you could have it any other way. I wouldn't be surprised if your energy does help heal them, because what we want to remember is nobody is perfect, right? Though I do feel like they do bring down these walls, doesn't mean that, again, I don't have a little anxiety about it. But at the same time, this is what they really want, right? That Ace of Pentacles coming right into you. So I'm happy to see that because I feel like they're able to overcome that. And by the way, an eight, when? Soon. And then make the communication that they have been thinking of making probably for a while. All right, let's also take this one down. So be cautious of those who take more than they give. Let's just take a card on that. We have the Queen of Swords. Can be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. However, I feel like this is about communication, truth, integrity. And I feel like it's just, it's like if you don't come to me with truth, if you don't have integrity, then you're not my person. I know that. And I'll remind you if you don't know that. Someone had to just had the realization that love, yes, it's easy to fall in love, but love takes work. But the rewards are so great that it's worth it. Doing our own inner work first. That's what has to happen. And I feel like you already have. You're sitting there again. You've already cleared that negative energy. You're looking at that crystal ball like, okay, what's next? Well, hang on to your hat. Hang on to your hat. All right, let's take Mother Mary over this connection. And let's get our words of wisdom. Kind of love this, Leo. That Two of Wands is a very important energy to remember. I like the words written here. Your decisions decide your future. Here, nothing else. Your intentions, right? Like if I never accept any seeds or I never plant any seeds, well, then I'm guaranteeing myself that I will not have a harvest in the fall. Plant those seeds. And then let go with the expectations and just be surprised with what the universe will bring back to you. All right. Mother Mary, for Leo. Got a few. We're gonna take them. Oh yeah, you got a few, but we are gonna take them. We have quiet. Quiet. I go into peaceful silence and I listen. Kind of what she's doing. She's trusting not only herself, but her guides, her spirituality, God. I go into peaceful silence and I listen. Grace. I am filled with the same beauty, poise, and divine perfection as all of God's other creatures. It's knowing one's value and knowing that you are unconditionally loved. Love. Leo. Love. Love is the answer to all of my questions. Love. And with love comes truth. That makes sense. Truth. I am lovingly honest with myself and others. Wow. Go into peaceful silence and listen. That's what she's doing. Grace, understanding your value. Here comes love, and with it is truth. The two have to go hand in hand, no doubt. Leo, I loved it. I hope you did too. Um, I thank you for your comments. Your comments are going to let me know, what you think about this series and whether I should continue it. I already love it, I have to tell you. So chances are I'm going to continue it, but I still want your opinion of it. Um, but I kind of love it. So, anyways, may you find this love and may this love find you. And, I kind of feel like there's no doubt. Clear the energy of the past, negativity. And this doesn't even have to be an old relationship, by the way. Because again, I feel like I'm seeking this adventure. Well, here it is. So love is not the question. It's just when. Maybe February. Maybe February. And maybe it's going to be around a full moon. I know it's this year. And I feel like February. And I feel like around the full moon. Hmm. Okay. I'm going to let that be. I love you guys. I thank you. And please leave your comments. Let me know what you think. Thank you for sharing the videos, by the way. And thank you for becoming a subscriber. Thank you for your beautiful donations. Couldn't be here without them. And by the way, speaking of, I am going to go live. I'll probably start next week. Give myself just a little bit more time to heal over. I don't know if I told you that Sam and I have COVID. Um, but we started to feel bad on New Year. So slowly but surely, every day I'm feeling a little bit better. Those who are waiting for a personal reading, I'm really not behind. But understand, I do not do a personal reading unless my energy is, 100%. Why? Because I want to give you 100%. So, it's not that I can't, but I don't know. I'm just feeling better and better. So we'll catch up on all that, and we'll go live next week. And by the way, when we go live, you can ask whatever you want to ask. Like, it is for you. And I do a mix of donations and free, so have your notifications on. Other than that, thank you. I love you, and I will see you next time at our table. Bye bye, Leo.